Hey, it's me again, Joey, Bisaya reader. Welcome back to another video, and for today I'm going to do my book review for the sequel of Brandon Sanderson's Skyward, and this is Starsight. So Skyward and Starsight is the first two books of a trilogy. I'm not really sure if it's a trilogy or a four-book series, and this is under the category young adult and under the genre science fiction. You know, guys, if you've been following me, I really adore. I'm a big fan of Skyward, and also maybe the author Brandon Sanderson. And I have read Skyward a couple of years ago, probably not really sure if it was 2 years ago or a year ago. But yeah. Anyways, Skyward was epic. It was not a perfect book. There were some issues, especially in the first part. But overall, the excitement and the enjoyment I got from Skyward really made me anticipate really hard for the sequel, which is Starsight. I have been waiting for this book for several months already, and I finally was able to get my copy a couple of weeks ago, earlier March 2020. And why? Where do I start? Before we proceed, by the way, this is a spoiler-free book review, so if you haven't read Starsight, I highly suggest that you're safe. You'll not be spoiled. I'm going to do my best, and you can trust me. There will be no spoilers on Starsight. But I'm warning you, if you haven't read Skyward yet, I highly suggest you need to skip this video first, because if you haven't read Skyward, and there will be some things that I'm going to mention that might spoil your experience. So please, if you haven't read Skyward, I suggest that you need to skip this video. Going back to the review, Starsight. Of course, I'm not going to tell you more about this book, since again, as premise, I will not spoil you guys. So for those who have not heard of this Skyward, Skyward is set in a world where humans are trying to survive. They're barely in the brink of extinction. They are in this planet named, I forgot the name. What's the name of the planet? Detritus. I'm not really sure. But they are in this said planet, and then they're hiding underground, and they just have this one big structure above the ground to protect themselves. Basically, they have this set of pilots who defend humanities against these Krells, which is a race of aliens who've been attacking humanities for decades and years now. There's been an ongoing war, and humans were really forced to hide below ground just to survive against these attacks. And the technologies of humans versus these alien race Krells are very different. Of course, the alien race was way better than human. That's why humans were really stuck, and they caught themselves really trying to survive day by day. And we are following our main character named Spensa. She's a doctor of a very known pilot. Her father was known to be one of the greatest pilot who defended their planet against Krells a couple of years ago, until he gone rogue and was tagged as a coward because he just committed suicide and then tried to kill some of the human pilots also. So Spensa, as a girl, really wanted to be a pilot just like her father, and then she was branded as the doctor of the coward. So that brand, that stigma, just really stopped and affects her achieving her greatest dream, which is to be a pilot. So in Skyward, we are following our main character, who are, again, guys, if you haven't read Skyward, I highly suggest you need to stop now. There will be spoilers for Skyward. If you've read Skyward, let's continue. In Skyward, we followed Spencer, right? She went into this military, or the pilot academy, to train as a pilot, and then to make the long story short, she became a pilot, and she got this opportunity to defend and fly a jet or a fighter plane and defend the planet against Krells. And if you have read Skyward, you know how it ended. We met Doomslug, we met And but other set of characters, it was really fast paced at the end, and probably one of the best science fiction thriller young adult I've read for for a very long time. And in Starsight, we are still following our main character Spencer, and this isn't a spoiler. This is just a very vague synopsis. Um, it picks up right away where the first book or Skyward left off. So there's no such thing as introduction of what was really happening. They just jump right into battle against Krells again, and basically that's where I should stop on Starsight. I don't want to give you, because if you're going to check Goodreads or basically search online when it comes to Starsight's synopsis, it's really vague, it's really short, and you basically don't have any idea what's going to happen. And that's what I really suggest. I suggest that you go blind, or no, knowing less about the book when you're going to read this, because you're in for a ride. Again, let's go to the things I don't like about the book. It's a typical Brandon Sanderson work where his formula of writing his books, I don't know, regardless of the category, whether it's adult or young adult, um, he has this tendency that he writes the book very, very slow or dragging at the first half or the first part. The main reason for this, because he really loves to do some world building, and that's where my issue with this book comes in. I do find it really unnecessary for, at first, it was really unnecessary for me at first to have again another world building in the first part of the book, because this is a sequel. It should be a continuation of whatever was given to us in the first book. Everything should just continue and even get bigger and bolder, or even better. This is not the case in Starsight. Again, we are still going back. We're still going to continue the very boring, dragging world building first half, and then right away the last part is just mind blowing, and just the author Brandon Sanderson will just take your breath away. Not literally, of course, because I'm still breathing right now. But you know what I mean. If you're a fan of Brandon Sanderson, the first half of this was really boring. That's my main issue, and probably my only issue of the book. But again, if you love Brandon Sanderson, if you've read his other works like Mistborn, the Way of Kings. Oh no, Way of Kings is a different level. It's adult, and it was written as a very slow world, so I should not compare that work and this one. This is a very fast pace for Brandon Sanderson, but for all readers, it's not, especially for me. The first half was really dragging. There's a world building, a separate world building, which I did not really expect, and I think you will not also expect. After you read Skyward, there will be a world building in the first half. Just I'm warning you, this is not a spoiler. And if you find yourself very bored, or find yourself not finishing the book, I highly suggest you need to push yourself, because boy oh boy, the last half of the book was spectacular. It was again the typical Brandon Sanderson, where he is going to leave you speechless. Things got better. A lot of plot twist, which I did not really expect. It's not really predictable. This is very unpredictable plot twist. There's a whole bunch of new characters, which I do see some will not like, but again, at first I don't like it, because I was introduced to a new set of characters. There will be a lot of alien races and a lot of new places. Therefore, there will be an adventure that will be happening in the book. And yeah, at first I was really hesitant. I was not really buying it. But again, when I reached the last part of the book, I was like, everything made sense. Everything was, oh, this is the main reason why this character is here. This is the main reason why the author, introduced this world. And again, something really unexpected, something that is better what happened on the first book. Overall, the Starsight is a 5 over 5 again, 5 over 5. The new characters were tremendously good, full of personalities, well written. Spencer, the development of Spencer into this bold, older, more mature character was really amazing. Especially if you've been following her from the first book, Mbot, Doomslug was still quirky and funny, and the story, the world became really big. The story evolved into something that I did not really expect, because I was expecting a totally different take on the story, and then this Brandon Sanderson decided to provide us whatever you're going to or you're about to read in this one, which was for me really great. There will be a lot of political intrigues, and yeah, that's it. The elements that you love, we love on the first book, like the military scenarios, the action, um, like every time they fly in the jets, and I mean spaceships. What do you call this? You know what I mean? And fighting against aliens. It's still here, but it was taking it on a higher level. Yeah. Overall, the ending, the last three chapters probably was mind blowing. I can't really wait to read the next book of the series, which I don't have any idea what's the title, when it will come out. So yeah, again guys, if you've been waiting to read this book, if you're a big fan of Skyward, I highly suggest you need to pick this one as soon as possible. Don't wait for probably, I don't know, if you're not a fan of waiting for next installments, you can just probably skip this one for now and then pick it next month. But I highly suggest, if you've been waiting for this and been anticipating this book for several months now, don't prolong your agony. Just grab this book and read it, because it's better than Skyward. It's better than Skyward. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much guys for watching. My name again is Joel, and I hope you do enjoy my book review. See you guys on my next video. If you like this video, by the way, I have yep, you can click the like button, subscribe, and leave some comments below. My name again is Joel, the Bisaya reader, and have a great day. Bye bye.